Do you play any mind games?
They say I do. I'm going to leave it at
that. The mind games of the niceness.
They say I do. I'm just going to leave it at that.
My name is Adriel Loshak, and the goal of this channel is to help cornhole players achieve whatever level of cornhole they choose, whether that's simply to win more at your local blind draws, or like me, become an ACL pro.
Hi, I'm Daymon Dennis. I'm an ACL pro. I'm sponsored with Ultra Cornhole and Summit Painting. Without them, none of this could be possible. The support of my family and my wife and all that, it comes into play when you're playing any sport, I'm sure, but especially for me, love of God, family, and country is what I try to build my life on, and so that's kind of the foundation of all of it, and without them and all sponsors, then I couldn't do anything.
This next part of the interview is the mental aspect of the game.
Is what?
The mental aspect of the game.
Okay.
Do you have any pre-games rituals, meditations, or things that you do every time before a game, before a tournament?
Well, yeah, I think about through the week, trying to prepare for it and practice and stuff, and then mentally, I always tell myself, my family is good, my life is good, and God is good, and it's a game that I desire to win. But if I won't put too much pressure and realize the good things in my life have already come to pass, then I won't stress myself out over this game, and I'll be able to go straight.
Quickly, guys, if you'd like to support the channel even more than watching videos, please subscribe. You have a bad throw or a bad round. Not the end of the world. Let's say it's 10-4 now, losing. What do you do to get yourself back in the game?
Sometimes I take chances that don't pay off, and sometimes they do pay off.
You're on ESPN. You got a game-winning shot. Could be an easy shot, slide in for the win. Could be a difficult shot, airmail drag, you win it. All shots at that point in time are difficult. What do you do right before you take that shot?
If I'm shooting an airmail, the number one thing I do is I go through it in my mind, and I tell myself, get it in line of the hole and trust your body with the distance. And most of the time it works out. Sometimes it goes a little long, but most of the time if I remind myself, just get it in line and let that body judge the distance itself.
Your opponent is doing something that is annoying you. What do you do?
Well, I try to refocus myself, and if he's doing it intentionally, it probably annoys me more. So, but if it's just something that he does, a habit, or to stay loose, it doesn't bother me that much, because we deal with things out here, people side of you and everything else. So I focus right through it, or try to anyways.
What do you do internally or physically to refocus yourself?
Sometimes I'll step back and take a good deep breath. And a lot of times before I pitch that bag, I'll take a deep breath and then let it go. And trust yourself. That's all you got. Between you and that boarding bag, you just have to trust your pitch.
Your partner at a blind draw is playing really bad. What do you do?
I try to make up the difference on my end, and depending on the score, I'll try to take over and maybe try to block the hole on my part, the one I'm pitching against, and try to get them numbers up to where he can feel more comfortable. Because if the score is evened out, maybe he's give up a big number or whatever, if you get that score back even, a lot of times they'll react in a positive way. I I mean, if you encourage your partner, I don't care how bad they're pitching, and you tell them that that it's all right, then they'll do better for you when you make some kind of remark that shouldn't come out. You know, you should always be positive to your partner, no matter who they are, and whatever game they're at, you should always be positive.
Everybody knows the best way to get good at anything is to practice. If you'd like to practice more cornhole, but you don't know where to start, you get bored of practice, or you've hit a plateau, click the link below for our free practice guide. Depending on when you watch this video, it's either going to be a free practice guide or a full-on practice app with over 15 different games to improve your cornhole ability. Regardless, click the link below, download the guide, and start making every shot you should. It's your chosen partner.
He's very reliable, and he makes all his decisions, what he does, without consulting me unless he asks me. And then, if he asks me, I'll give him my thoughts on the matter, but in the end, it's his decision, and I trust him completely with what suits him best.
You're playing really bad. What do you want your partner to do for you?
He already knows what he's got to do. He's got to put that load on his shoulder and carry me through, and he does it sometimes too.
Do you play any mind games?
They say I do. I'm going to leave it at
that. The mind games of the niceness.
They say I do. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Do you wear headphones or anything to help block out distractions?
I think eventually they'll probably do away with it. And the ones that's wearing them, it may affect the game a lot. And I've never worn them, so I'm not going to start.
The pros that wear them say they like that it gets rid of distractions. The pros that don't wear it, most of the answers have been, I like the energy of the game.
Yes, yes. I don't want to be blocked out. That's spoiling some of the fun. You know, if you're hearing what's going on around you and still focusing on the board, that is part of the game. Now, I will say that sometimes maybe you get some negative out here in the stands or something like that. But, you know, sometimes that fires you up even more.
Is there anything you would like to add to beginner players, pro players, any level, anything that you would like to add?
Sure. As a beginner, it would be my advice to find a pitch that suits you. If you're trying to mock players and you're incapable of it after you try, you just need to maybe get on YouTube and watch the different stances and watch the different ways that people pitch. But do one that you're comfortable with, one that you can actually do. And try to learn. I don't think a flat bag is necessary. I think there's loads of talent that never throw a flat bag. I think you need to learn what that bag does when it leaves your hand. And then use that to your advantage. And for the ones that are trying to get to the highest level, just keep pressing. Your day is coming if you put in enough time and you put enough effort into the game. You'll get them breaks sooner or later. Your day will go. I started out thanking the sponsors, but none of this is possible. None of it would be possible for me without Ultra Cornhole and my sponsors helping me out to finance and to get me to where I'm going. And I'm so appreciative. They go above and beyond. And my gratitude is to them.
If you liked this video, please subscribe. Also, click the link below for a free practice app and start making every shot you should.